Devstream, Devstream. Every day I devstream is a lie I just said for no reason. Doing libav.js work here. This is a long-term goal I've had for libav.js. I've not actually released Transformer yet, which was the thing that we were working on last dev stream, but the documentation I want to do for it has gone into, it's turned into a told. It's a story, it's a thing. So what I want so many things. What I want is to separate out these functions based on which libav library they need, so that you can have builds that only include the format stuff or only include the codec stuff or what have you. Which unfortunately, other than some obvious ones, like everything that starts with AV codec and everything that starts with AV filter, means a lot of just sort of grepping around and figuring it out. But actually, I think maybe the first step is a little bit of source reorganization, because it'll be helpful to have things in a more useful sort of order and fashion and such. Oh, actually, wait. The one thing that really matters here is already in the tools directory, so never mind. Let's not do that first. Now, this is a bit catastrophic. Okay, it's not quite as catastrophic as I thought, but slightly feel like rewriting this, because I'm going to have to restructure my functions file anyway. You are watching me sort of consider how I want this to be live. Okay, so I have functions, file system stuff, which I guess if you don't have libav format, there's no use for any of this, because you can't access the file system without libav format. Meta is the stuff provided by Post. Oh man, which means I'm going to have to separate Post out into the various parts. Okay, so back to making a separate directory for source. Bindings is a source. Externs post is a source. Funcs.json isn't really a source. libav.in.js is a source. Types is arguably source. The license is not source. The makefile is not source. Package.json in all its various forms isn't source. Post in, pre, those are source. Okay, let's start from how I would like this to be organized, and then work out what the implications of that are. So let me first think about how this is already organized. We have our just plain functions, which are the libav functions. We have fs for the file system functions, and meta for our own meta functions provided by Post. Why are those separate things? Apply functions. Wait, don't I already have this open? Yes. .fs. So they are in like a separate group here. This is such a wackadoo file. Let me see how this decals is used. Obviously to make declarations. Oh, of course. Right, because like the file system stuff. Yeah. The file system stuff happens on the host. Like if you have multiple threads, then the file system stuff has to be on the host thread. So does the copying stuff. Whereas, okay, so that's why that distinction is made. Right, we have our accessors, which are all about types. Accessors is a fine name for that, and I don't think this is too badly organized a thing, although obviously I'm going to have to split them out. Freers are because of the weird way that free is done in libav, and copiers are our own built-in thing. The copiers are global. Everything else, yes, everything else depends on particular libraries. So, our libraries are not device. Device does not apply to the web, but codec, filter, format, util. Util is like the core that everything else uses. I don't use libpostproc. I don't even frankly know what the hell libpostproc is. It must just be used implicitly by libavfilter, or not, because I don't even link that. I have no clue what libpostproc is. And software resample and software scale are for resampling and scaling, respectively, so they're kind of filter related. I'm going to start with util because it's sort of core and separate. I think that the way I'm going to do this is basically everything that is currently sort of directly exposed will become... so I'm just going to say util because libav... No, libav is not implied because there's SW resample and SW scale. So I'll call it AV util. And I'm just going to have like the same things in here. This will have functions and fs, meta, accessors. Should these be called meta front ends? I don't know what else to call them. Meta accessors, freers. Oh, functions is an array, actually. In fact, most of these are probably arrays. Yes, functions, fs, meta, accessors, freers, they're all arrays. Freers. Freers. Now, the problem is that, off the top of my head, I don't know where any of these belong. And libav-util should be the hardest because all the other stuff mostly has sensible names, and I can just make a educated guess. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to grep for them. Maybe get bytes per sample build. That is indeed in libav-util, as I guessed. Oh, right, this is, okay, so AV compare TSJS is my own internal version, but I'll let that the original, yes, that's in util. We're never going to be able to avoid util, of course. The option stuff is obviously util. Now, I think that is it that AV frame is in util and AV packet is in format or something? Okay, so that is in AV util. How about AV packet alloc? That is indeed not in AV util. Is it in AV format? No. So is it in libav codec then? Yes. Do I want to have a sort of fictional library AV packet to just get the packet parts of AV codec without bringing in the rest of the codec stuff? Because AV format needs packets too, obviously, because it produces packets. Yeah, I think that's kind of the only way to do this. So let me, while listing my my parts here. So there's AV util, AV format, AV codec, my hypothetical AV packet. What am I trying to add to there? AV filter, SW resample, which I don't even know if I actually expose any of the symbols directly, and SW scale. And maybe I start actually putting these in place. But anyway, all of this stuff, AV frame, this and that, is in fact part of AV util. Let's keep these in alphabetical order, even if they're obviously related to each other. EFG, QRS, TUR. Oh, I guess this is FF frame, so alphabet be damned. Logging is obviously util. Okay. All this packet stuff belongs in my new and purely fictional AV packet library. Can AV packet rescale really be in libav codec? That seems so unlikely. Build fmpeg. I guess so. Okay. AV stirred up must be an AV util. Obviously, just applying logic can work sometimes. Okay, this is all AV filter stuff. This is all AV filter stuff down to here. I don't care if the lines are very long here because this is not code, really. It's just data. AV codec. O functions. AV format. Right, and AVIO. Wait. Is this where AV device comes in? Is AVIO part of AV device? and I just sort of lump it under format. No, it is under AV format. That's wackadoo. Then what the hell is AV device? I think that is literally for hardware devices. Everything up until here looks to be in AV format. I know there's red everywhere. I'll properly JSONify this when I get to it. Let's at least stick a line between these. Really not at all sure where, you know what, I'm literally only doing things here. Not at all sure where this comes from. AV util, okay. I guess that makes sense. It goes next to AV bytes per sample, AV sample format name. Find input format must be AV format. I don't even know why I'm checking this. It's called find input format. What the hell did I think it was going to be? Oh, wait. Dang it. Also, I'm taking that out of AV format and putting it back into itself. AV grow packet, I guess, would go in my new hypothetical AV packet. Yeah, because it's in libav codec/packet. Look at this. Look at this. AV format just references it. That's actually kind of weird. Like, that's not a usual thing for libav. Okay, so this goes into my new and purely theoretical AV packet. Ooh. Yeah, definitely including AV packet make writable. I was like really confused for a second about that. M and what was that? LMN. Not sure. Let me just get this where I know it belongs. Oops. AV interlay right frame is part of AV format. In my alphabetizing, I'm just ignoring underscores. AV pix format description get. I guess this maybe is in util? No, that's I was like, what? Yes, it's in AV util, fine. I might have to also separate out, like, video stuff versus audio stuff so that I can avoid having AV pix formats get slurped into audio. But I don't think that's as important as what I'm doing. I guess I could say why I'm doing this. The idea is that you could have like one version of libav.js that just demuxes, and it supports a bunch of different formats. And then you could like load, oh, I need this decoder, so I'm gonna get that from here, and this, you know, this, then, yeah. So you could have like a ton of formats and codecs supported without needing to download all of the codecs for all of them, basically. Read frame is in AV format. How did seek frame get into such a weird place? How did find best stream get into such a weird place? Shrink packet must be in my hypothetical AV packet. Boy, the format stuff, I guess because all of this is... No, it's an AV codec. Okay, I'm just mad. I don't know. Right frame and right trailer also go here. All of this dictionary stuff is obviously util. It's such a long function that I actually decided to put it on multiple lines. Incredible. Well, you know what? I'm undoing that decision because it's going to be spaced out a ton more, so screw it. It can just be one ludicrously long line. Okay, this is all software scale stuff. AV packet side. Oh, yeah. So this is stuff that really ought to be accessors, but because of how it works, it can't be. And I guess, yeah, this is AV packet, so it's got to be in the AV packet quasi-library, which is up here. Side data. RS. Now, this is some cursed alphabetizing. Pixel format descriptors are obviously pixel formats, which puts them in util, like all of the, like the format descriptor get. Format descriptor. FF error is, yeah, I guess it obviously has to be a util. Do I even use FF nothing anymore? FF nothing was necessary for strange reasons. Well, you know what? If I removed it, it would break backwards compatibility. So, well, wait, no, because I think that only I called FF nothing. Wait, how did FF nothing work? Yeah, I don't think I ever documented using FF nothing. I think I called FF nothing to force the loop to do the right thing. This is now in source. It's literally just nothing. It is exactly what it says. Yeah, just to ensure a round trip to C for async purposes. I don't think I use it. I use it. You know what? Let's not question why I use it. I clearly use it, so whatever. Now, why are these... Oh, yeah, these aren't under meta because they are provided by C code. It's just my C code. This is cursed alphabetizing. So the reason why I'm considering it all on this cursed alphabetizing is that the original function is AV frame rescale, but then this is like a weird, very JavaScript specific version of it, and so it's named FF. So I kind of wanted it to be where the underlying function is named, but I don't think that's useful. Oh, I didn't even consider these. These are libc functions. And C. Almost done with the functions. The rest should be quite a bit easier, I think. That is the rest after functions. I'm just trying to think what is this? Why is this? Why? I mean, I guess, it's nice to expose that, but you kind of should know what you got. You should know what you ordered. Uh, that's super weird. That's super weird. Why did I do that? There must have been some logic why I thought I needed to expose this. Why did I do that? Like, actually, why did I do that? I don't want to leave it just because it's there. I'm sort of impressed by not having that much complete garbage in here. I have no clue what's going on. Um, I don't know why this is here. I'm trying, like, where would I even grep for where it's used, or, I mean, I doubt I documented it. What was, it's not used anywhere. And it's documented in that it's in the type, so I can't really just remove it, but I mean, I get it's harmless. It's one line. Who cares? I'm just faintly perplexed. I'm actually going to stick this in with C because this doesn't really mean that it's part of the C library. It means that it depends on the C library. And that's all that this depends on. In fact, it depends on nothing. Similarly, this. So this is how the threaded version creates its initial thread. That's a mandatory component. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these extra ones since I'll bet they're going to be empty for a lot of them. And I actually should have CLI as its separate library. Okay, now I think that my logic is that all of the FS stuff belongs under AV format. Because even though it's not technically part of like the formatting, only AV format can access files. Everything else just uses memory buffers. Yes, that much is true. Now, if only it was anything like alphabetical order. I'm really going to have to do this one at a time. It's too much of a mess. I think they're roughly in the order I wrote them in, basically. Like, it would be acceptable if, like, the order I just put these in is non-alphabetical because they're in sort of core to outer order, but these are just in madness order. Okay, that was horrible. But then I want to take this whole block and move it into AV format. Don't worry about all the red, I'll get to it. I'm actually really glad that NeoVim has that highlighting, because it would be just impossible to get to it if it didn't. Now, as per meta, I think most things should be pretty clear. Like, obviously, the encoder and decoder stuff all belongs in AV codec. This currently appears to be in sort of logic order, so I guess I'll tolerate that over random order. Set packet should be in... Wait, what? FF set packet? What is this? Oh, that's right. It just, it's like a dumb version of copy in packet. Right. It sets the actual... Okay. It's badly named, but it's basically internal and exposed because it's harmless to expose it. So this goes in AV packet. I'm also going to have to like move things around in post, so that is in not in the future, but in post.js, so that I can actually only include the one I sort of want. Okay, so this is all AV format stuff. AV format. Meta. AV filter stuff. That's it. Oh no. Decode filter is in the combination of AV codec and AV filter. Ooh, that requires a little bit more thought. For the time being, I'm going to throw that into AV filter. Having it in AV filter, because that's JavaScript code, so it's not going to like have a linking error. It's just, you know, it won't work if you use it. It won't work if you use it unless you also have AV codec, so it's not really the end of the world to have it in the wrong place. So I guess all of this copy out and copy in frame goes in AV util, because we learned that frames are part of AV util, but then the packets go in AV packet. Codec par. Wow, I spent a moment trying to decide what library codec par belongs in. I'll bet AV codec. Okay, you go here. You go in AV codec. Where am I going? This is C. Just convenience functions for allocating lists as arrays. And then the last one, the last two rather, are the CLI. Okay, on to accessors. AV frame is AV util. AV pix format descriptor is AV util. AV codec is AV codec. Yeah, I think the software resample truly has nothing exposed. AV codec and AV codec context are obviously both part of AV codec. AV codec descriptors. AV codec descriptor might be part of AV util, actually. Because you would need to be able to use codec descriptors from both AV format and AV codec. It's like the communication layer between the two. Wait. Same goes for AV codec parameters. Where's that? Oh no. So this is in AV codec. Do I want to put these... Maybe I want to rename AV packet. So AV packet is essentially a bridge library between AV format and AV codec for the things that are in AV codec, but you only, but you need for AV format even if you don't support any codecs. So I suppose what I want, the problem is I don't want to call it AV packet. AV packet is a weird name. It's just that it so happened to only be packet stuff so far. This is a purely theoretical library, so it doesn't really matter what I call it. AV format codec bridge. Okay, so with that decision made, AV codec and AV codec context still belong in AV codec, but AV codec descriptor and AV codec parameters belong in AVFC bridge, and so does AV packet. These go in my theoretical library. The reason to have a theoretical library, even though I can only, of course, link against actual libraries, is that if I don't have these symbols in my link line, then it won't bring in as many static dependencies. So the resulting library will be smaller for not having a bunch of functions that you wouldn't really be able to use anyway. Why didn't that work? That was weird. Okay. Oops. Scroll all the way down. AV packet should have also gone in there. Oops. obviously, as these groups get longer, it'll get more difficult to tell which group I'm in. AV, so obviously AV format context is part of AV format. AV stream, I guess, is also part of AV format. Yeah, yeah. Which is, yeah, this one. Greatest part is I'm doing all of this, and then I will need to do a ton more work to make the rest of this actually be able to use this. Okay, accessors, this was AV filter. Okay, on to the freers. Freers. AV so the reason why these are freers is that they all have the same form, which means really I should just make them functions and have, well, let me see how I handle this before I start making drastic changes. Oh yeah. I'm actually yeah. It's in JavaScript that I'm generating those. So these, like, the underlying function is AV frame free, but you need space to store the pointer to, and it's just weird libav stuff. So AV frame free obviously goes in AV util. Freers. 100% certified word, freers. Packet free goes in my theoretical bridge library. AV format close input. So weird to call that a freer, but it is a freer. It does in fact freer, thanks. Wait. Codec parameters goes in my new theoretical library. This is an AV codec. It is a freer for AV codec. But this is in FC bridge. Obviously, anything to do with filter graphs is in AV filter. And this is in AV util. Now I think I'm going to stick this in the C library, just so that, copiers, just so that I have everything in sort of one shape. Now that everything is under libraries, there is no reason to have that at all. So I'm just gonna have the libraries at the first level. Okay, now I just need to look for red. Then do the hard part. Okay, so I need to figure out from the configuration which libraries okay, so yes, a lot of this that used to be generic is now non-generic, which is fine. You know what? No, I need to make this tool less ridiculous. I just have one giant tool to do like 60 different things, and it's starting to get too complicated. So let me go one by one through what these are actually supposed to make and remake those bits. Make post.js.js. It's 2025. Gonna modernize this a bit while I'm at it. So does this only go through the functions, accessors, freers, the freers it actually fully makes, and the copiers it fully makes, which is why these are all in separate groups. But what I need is for this to know which config it's making. Because I need the configs to say what library they are using. This needs AV format, AV codec. I mean, everything needs AV util. I really don't want to list AV util every time. Don't I have like a default options that everything starts with? I genuinely don't remember. Yeah, in fact, it's called default. Okay. Yes, fine. So I read the okay. So I can put AV util into the default fragment. So that's fine. This uses the trifecta. The quadfecta. This should only need AV codec. No, because it also has the format. I'm going to have to take the AF, which means add audio filters, and make that also add AV filter and software sample. Format AV codec. AV format AV codec. I don't think in any of my default configurations that I'm going to have these simple ones, but maybe I'll offer some whole new bundle like that. AV format, AV codec, this is the whole shebang, right? Yeah, I've got audio filters, AV filter, SWE sample. This is reprobate format, so AV format, AV codec. I guess, yeah, all of these are going to be AV format and AV codec, so much for my whole split out separate library nonsense. Format AV codec, but I guess some of these won't include AV filter, so at least that's something. Format AV codec. I don't want to just make that default because you could very well make a configuration that doesn't have them. AV codec. Yeah, this is AVF, so whether it has the others will depend on that. AV offer codec. AV filter. Software resample. Software scale. This should already have software scale, surely. I guess, yeah, extras isn't actually a buildable build in the first place, so that's not really all that important. Okay, and when we're adding audio filters, we also need to make sure to add AV filter and software resample. And when we're adding video filters, we need to add AV filter, software resample, and or audio and video filters, that is, and software scale. Now, I need to make those all mean something. TXXT. Oh, wait, how does this... wait, this should still, yeah, because that, okay, that's fine. I don't want to install my build of FFmpeg, do I? Wait, do I? How do I actually build against it right now? AV format. Because what I'm going to be doing is changing it so that these link in a different way. This, wow, link fflib. Good God. link fflib. What is this? Yeah, this is my current attempt at doing what I'm now doing, but it's utterly useless. Because this will always link against it. It doesn't, like libav codec, for example, it'll always build libavcodec.a, so this just brings everything in, basically. Yeah, okay, so I do it directly out of the build directory. Well, that's not a big deal. It's going to be slightly strange, but nothing I can't deal with. So now this is going to look something like build ffmpeg ffvir, and I'll just have to make sure I replace ffvir in the appropriate places. Build. Oh wait, because target. Wait. Yeah, this is why I don't install ffmpeg, because different versions will be built in different different build directory. So I'm gonna need build variant. How are these named? Build ffmpeg. Okay, target then variant. Target variant. I can't spell. Slash lib avutil slash lib avutil dot a. I think that's how it makes it. Build ffmpeg build lib avutil dot a. Yes. avutil goes on to AV format. AV codec. Format AV codec. Oh yeah, it's just occurred to me. My fancy new quasi library. I was planning on just checking libs.txt within make-post.js, for example, but libs.txt won't be able to tell the difference between AV codec and my quasi library that links AV format to AV codec. So I might need a new component here, being the that would be make config, not make configs. Let's call it components, fine. AV codec. I guess, yeah. Even disable everything doesn't actually disable building any of the libraries. It just disables all the stuff that goes into them. Interesting. was thinking, like, why don't I need an FFmpeg flag for these? Answer, because it doesn't actually do anything. Okay, so components with AVUtil. AVUtil, and then I'm also going to say C here. AV format, components, format, AV codec, components, AV codec. Okay, and then we've got my new one, which is FC bridge, AV FC bridge. Oh yeah, actually, AV codec should also have AVFC bridge, because that's actually part of AV codec, even though I'm trying to treat it as a different library. AV filter. Software resample. There is indeed already a software scale here. Yeah, because of this bizarre resample. What? AV codec software resample. And as per software scale, I guess I can, yes, because there's no overlap there. Oops, software scale, sample scale. And then this kind of thing I should probably add to AV codec and all of that so that I can control my bindings. Control your bindings! Those should be the only components, I think, yes. Okay. Will this actually correctly make configurations? Didn't crash. Okay. Didn't even double list anything, which I'm vaguely shocked by. Okay, so now configs slash whatever config slash configs, good, perfect, slash, sure, whatever config we're in, process.argv2 slash components.txt. Oops. Split. Sort. Oh, wait. No, no, I don't think that JavaScript arrays have unique. I was really hoping to just DOS that. Uh, no, the very fact that this is on Stack Overflow. Gross, gross, gross. Gross, gross. Okay, I'm just going to split it by new line and I'll handle uniqueness elsewise. But, you know what? It's been well over an hour. We're going to continue there next time. And I have made no progress. No, I've done a bunch of stuff, just nothing that's even gotten to the point of being able to build anything yet. Oh well.